Well, my official title is Adult Education Officer, and so my brief was to help people in the local community, adults in the local community. So one of the things that we do is obviously work club, but that's not happening at the moment, where we help people write CVs and apply for jobs. And the other things we do English classes, ESOL classes, or maths classes, whatever the learner group of the time need me to do. So I teach ESOL. The program that I'm doing at the minute is ESOL for work. So we're looking at how to make phone calls, how to take orders over the phone. So this has been quite good, because even though I'm doing paper-based work packs with them, I can send some audio clips, or I can ring them and they can do part of the work over the phone with me. So leaving a message on my answer phone, or taking an order over the phone, and then they send me the order with their homework from the following week. So it's basically to help people integrate into society and be able to operate as I don't know, I wouldn't say useful because that's not a good word, but be able to fit into society and interact with society and help other people as well, I suppose. Help the kids when they go to school, learn English, anything like that, really. I think first couple of weeks after lockdown, they were contacting me to see if I were all right. They must have thought I was a vulnerable adult, which is fine. And then after a while, it started to become apparent that they were starting to suffer a little bit. Their mental health seemed to be getting worse. They were getting more depressed. They didn't understand what was going on. They couldn't go anywhere. They were stuck in sort of one room. They share obviously other facilities with other people, but they were trying to very much to stick to their own rooms, and they were getting very bored. They've no TVs in the room. A lot of them haven't got access to, well, they haven't got access to Wi-Fi, so they were getting quite depressed. I think giving them the learning packs was giving them something to focus on, a bit of normality, and they've actually written their lockdown stories for me, and some of them are quite upsetting, really, because they're spending a lot of time on their own in the rooms. And they start to think about the things that have happened to them before, and I think they're going back into that vicious cycle of being on their own, being depressed, being frightened. And I think just having somebody who's in contact with them on a regular basis, because they contact me 2-3 times a week, most of them, either for support or just to tell me something. One of the ladies has a little girl, and she has no smartphone, no Wi-Fi, no laptop, no nothing, and she's not actually getting things from the school for her to do. So I've been providing things for her to do as well. So I've been sending colouring worksheets for obviously young children, games, puzzles, anything like that, colouring stuff, a craft, anything just to keep her occupied, really, because it must be really bad not even having the schoolwork to do. And her mum obviously speaks English, but not as well as maybe she could do. So she's helping as much as she can, but it's very difficult for her as well, because she's no access to a printer, no books, no nothing. So it is really important that they have that contact, yeah. So we decided to do the traditional paper-based distance learning packs. So I prepare a pack for them every week, and on Thursdays I go into work and I distribute them to the learners. They then do the work obviously at home, and if they have a smartphone, they take a photograph of the worksheets that they've completed, and they send them to me on WhatsApp, so that I can then mark them and give them feedback ready for the following Thursday. Those who haven't got smartphones, they fill in the distance learning pack on paper, obviously, and then bring it back on Thursday, and I swap them for the new pack. So we have a continuous, they get a pack, they send it in, I mark it, then they get the new pack with the feedback from the last one every week. It works quite well. It's a lot more time consuming, because obviously when they send me the photographs, I've got to then translate that onto something else and type up the feedback to it. But they do get a lot more precise feedback for their own things rather than the classroom, because obviously they need more specific feedback when they're working on their own. And I thought the distance learning might prove really difficult for them, because some of them, they can speak English and be understood, but when they come to writing, they struggle. And so this has actually been a really useful activity for them, because they've had to put it down on paper. And there's been an improvement just from week 1, when they've, oh, I can't do this, and now they're all really keen to get the new handouts and the new packs, and it's a bit of a race to see who submits it first. And so yeah, they getting better. I think some of them, it's just been a bit of a lifeline for them to keep them a bit of normality, because they used to come into the stadium to go to what they call school, and that's gone along with everything else, like they've not been able to go to church or the mosque or wherever. So at least they've got some contact with somebody who's was there before for them and who's still there now, and so it is quite useful for them. And I get messages all the time thanking me, and the little girl draws me pictures and colouring and things, and she brought me a big bar of chocolate the other day. And I think they are very appreciative of what we do, and realise that it's 12 weeks now since we finished classes. They would have gone backwards in terms of the learning, and also they would have been really bored and quite depressed. Just having that little bit of contact with other people helps them a lot. One particularly lady actually contacted me last week. She came about 4 years ago now, and she was a domestic violence victim, and she came to learn English and to the work club. She came for about 12 months doing different projects and things. Then we helped her to get her first job with another charity. She's since moved on and works for the council now in their finance department, and she's been employed there nearly 3 years now. So she's a real success story, and she still contacts me once a month or so, just to see if I'm all right. And to update me on what she's doing. She's contacted me a couple of times through lockdown just to see what's happening and make sure everything's all right. So yeah, we get quite a lot who still keep in touch, who've gone on to work and move to different areas. They've gone to London, Bolton, Nottingham, but quite a few of them still keep in touch once they've gone, so that's quite nice.